Hey guys, just want to show you some of the stuff about this ceiling asset here. I'm really excited to play around with it. It's just it works off of an array. So let's see, it's just these 10 panels right here over and over. And if you go into the material setting, you can just select a panel and be like your light. Oh, that's fine, and it'll go all the way through there. Or you can go into the modifiers here and apply them and just make pattern be whatever you want. But yeah, most of the options here are inside of the shader controls. So if we select the object and go into the materials, we either want to be playing with the panels or the ceiling lights. And so let's start with the panels here. Over here in the shader editor, if you can't find the nodes, let's say we can't find it. If you hit A and then period on the numpad, it'll select it and then center on selection, which can be kind of handy. So first thing here is just the little holes. Look at that. That's just a Voronoi texture, but it works so good for this purpose. And if you want, you can tweak the size of the holes if you have a different sense of what the right size is than I do, because I don't know. I kept changing my mind, so that's why it's still a slider. But yeah, now all the fun stuff. Missing panels. You could do like a time lapse over time. Missing is cool, and the rest of these are just kind of all the same thing. Yeah, just picking how dialing in how old you want it to look. Color variation, different panels, maybe being replaced over the years, and the stain intensity. You can also dial in the size of the stains. It's just two different. There's the big ones, kind of these big water stains, and these tiny little guys. And yeah, that's the panels. And if we go over to the ceiling lights, a period. There we go. We can you could like dial in the color temperature. It's not updating the lighting in the rest of the room because this is Eevee. It renders even better in cycles, but Eevee is more responsive for demos. But yeah, we could rebake it and you'd see that this warm light bouncing around everywhere. But here, let's set that back. And same thing here. You can turn them all off and on. And they're actually, if you notice, if I animate this or if I'm just gonna slide it over real slow, the lights flicker on. Bing, 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 bing. And that's because in the node settings, it's going through this sequence here as you turn it off and on. And so you can dial that in too if you want. Make it more random. That's kind of a fun thing to be able to do. Any of you will be able to reverse engineer what this stuff does. Like nodes always look kind of confusing if you don't know what they are. But I'm just doing the same couple things over and over, and it's nothing particularly clever. And the strength, just how bright the whole thing is, and that's basically, I think that's everything for that. Oh, I've also got these, air vents. They're doing the same thing with the modifiers here, just how far apart you want them. Every 5, every 2, how many of them total there are. It's typical array stuff. Oh, and this is just for fun, but I've been playing around with this wall material here, and let's zoom out a little. And it's a generated texture coordinate into a mapping node, rotated 90 degrees, going through a gradient texture, and the gradient texture is defined by this color ramp. Look at that! That's just fun. Let's see. Let's add yeah, which means I was able to set up another one that kind of let me simulate ambient occlusion from the ceiling, and I fed that through a Musgrave to try to make it look kind of like mildew, but I don't know if I actually particularly got it right. Let's see here. If we go multiply, and that's no, I think that'd take too long to dial in. But interesting. Nope, not gonna play with that. But yeah, that's the stuff. I hope it's useful for something. I know I'm gonna use it. Goodbye.